to you live from Tennessee, from the East to the West. We are talking Cowboys everything. And you just entered
the Cowboy Zone.
Welcome back to the Cowboy Zone. This is Marcus Jones, your co-host, coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee.
And this is Lambo from Cowboys Y'all, coming out of Johnson City, Tennessee.
All right, and thank you guys for joining us for the last pregame show of the regular season. Depending on what happens this afternoon, this may be the last pregame show for the season, and we'll be in off-season mode. So we got to close it out on a positive note, on a big note. So thank you guys all for joining us. Shane, thank you for joining. Appreciate you coming in. Got a few other people coming in. I forgot to share at the pages. But
I just got done sharing, so you guys do us a favor and also hit that share button for us. Share to your favorite group, share to your personal pages, wherever you guys would like to. Hey Shane.
Yeah.
What's up, Elazar?
A lot of info to talk about. As you guys know, when we come in the Cowboy Zone, we keep it on the field. So for anybody who wants the news and notes on the field, injury report, things of that, make sure you share this so they can get that information.
What's up, Taiwan?
This is a big game, and we all need to be informed on everything that's taking place.
And we'll go ahead and do a couple more shares here real quick, y'all.
Yeah, I'm about to do some shares as well, so my head may be turned a little bit.
And, man, this is a bittersweet kind of day because, you don't know what's coming, and it's hopefully it's not our last game of the season to watch because it's a sad time when you have to wait all the way until next season. Like, man, it tears me up having to wait so long to get back to Cowboys football. So I am confident about us getting a win today. I will say that. I'm not being negative about that. But, man, I am a little worried.
That's only one half of the equation.
That's what I'm worried about. What's up, Jeff?
Yeah, what's up, Jeff?
That is what I'm worried about. Had Fletcher Cox been playing and a lot of the other key players on Philly, I'd feel much better about today.
All right, so since you bring that up, I'm sorry, go ahead, Lambo. I just put the injury report up there.
Oh, no problem. I'm just saying it's definitely something to be a little concerned about. Like, I think we can get the job done on our end. But Philly sitting all those starters, all those key starters, it could be setting up for a little bit of heartbreak for us.
And as Lambo talks about that, and we go into the injury report, we normally try to keep it Dallas, but because that Philly football team game is so important to us, we're gonna start off with their injury report. So Lambo, I gotta take a deep breath on this one because there's a lot of names to go through.
On Phillies.
So for the Philadelphia Eagles side, the people who are out are Fletcher Cox, Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert, Derek Barnett, Mailata, which is their best tackle, Deshaun Jackson, which everybody knew that was going to happen, Duke Riley, which in my opinion is their best linebacker, and Richard Rodgers, which is the number 2, number 3 tight end. So as it stands right now, they're missing their best tackle, their best tight end, their best running back, and their best defensive end, their best defensive tackle, and their best linebacker. And on the Washington side, Thomas Davis is out, which that was to be expected. Alex Smith, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson are all questionable, but they're all expected to play.
They're going to play. The playoffs are still on the line for them. They'll play.
Yeah. And on top of that, as Shane Odom has reported, their defensive coordinator has pretty much said, I'm out. So he's playing with one foot out. He's coaching with 1 foot out of the door today.
It don't matter, yeah, at this point for him.
Yeah. Good
morning, Rosie. Jeff, I wish I could feel that optimistic. Man, I want to feel that optimistic. I'm trying. Like, there is one thing that kind of keeps my hopes up, and that is Jalen Hurts. He could completely go off. He's had some big games on the ground this year since he's been starting. He could find a way to make it happen, and he's still got stuff to play for. He wants to be that starter for the rest of his career. So he's got something to prove, showing that Wentz ain't going to get that spot back.
Yeah. And to add on what you said, I've seen them win games with just as many people out.
Yeah, we've seen them go to the Super Bowl with many, many injuries.
I mean, even this year, Boston Scott has looked amazing because Miles Sanders has missed half the season. So that's not really what you would call a downgrade. Dallas Goedert's been the guy, but Zach Ertz is playing. So you have to assume Zach Ertz is going to be Zach Ertz and perform well.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox is a big blow for them. That one you can't ignore. So you just got to hope that offensively, with all of their other offensive weapons, that they can score, because the football team is not known for offense, and 23 points might win it. That's my hope. The Eagles can get 23 points just offensively. I don't think the football team has enough weapons to really just score with them.
Yeah.
I don't have faith in Gibson. Toe injuries are very serious for running backs. And he may come out there in warm-ups or the first drive, that toe gives him a problem, and he's off the field. Terry McLaurin's a great receiver, but that's the only receiver they got. So I'm not really concerned about if Jaquette is playing or not, because their number 2 receiver wouldn't crack our top 5. So it's not like we're going to see the same thing we saw against Dallas last week.
Yeah, the most important thing for Philly to pull off the win against Washington is just going to be able to slow down that pass rush.
Yeah.
From Washington. If they can do that, then I'd feel pretty good about them still being able to pull off the win.
And Shane, thanks for the update. Says Carson Wentz isn't playing either. I mean, he wasn't playing anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Mendoza. I don't like needing help. We put ourselves in this situation because we got torched by the football team twice.
Yeah, that should have never happened.
Yep. If we'd have just beat them one time, we wouldn't be here right now.
Man, I wish we had Dak for the entire season this year with the talent this team has, man.
And I'm with Jeff. I don't have faith in Alex Smith either. All right, Lambo, anything else about that football team Philly game that you want to talk about in terms of coordinators, people out, anything like that?
Not really.
I mean,
not really.
I still like the receiving core, the Eagles receiving core.
I do too. I feel like Jalen Reagor could, have a breakout game right here at the end of the season as well. I feel like they spent a first-round pick on him. They got a young quarterback. They're not in the playoffs. Take this as an opportunity to go out there and fling it a little bit, try to get them on the same page so that they can build something going forward. And who knows, maybe them two have a big game together and they take Washington down. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
This will be the game that'll solidify Jalen Hurts as the starter next year.
Yeah.
If he comes into a division game where the other team has everything on the line, he has a bunch of players missing, and he wins this game, you can just pencil him in as day one starter next year. So he has a lot to play for.
What is the weather in the Philly-Washington game? Is there going to be any rain?
I didn't look up the weather report.
I didn't either.
I'm assuming in Philly in January, it's going to be pretty bad.
Because that actually, in my opinion, would bode well in Philly's favor. When the play breaks down, passing game ain't working, ball's real wet, having a quarterback like Jalen Hurts that could scramble. We'll see.
It's going to be 37 tonight and rainy.
Okay. Yeah, that's not going to be good weather at all.
The wind's not blowing very hard, so that won't affect the ball in the air. It says 11 miles an hour. That's not really football affect the game type wind. And for me, the snow really isn't an issue. Rain isn't really an issue. The problem in football games is the wind. That'll really change a game over. But yeah, so we'll see. And O'Neal, OJ, thank you for joining us, Cole. Thank you for tuning in. I see Jack Meeker came in as well. Thank you for joining. All right, Lambo, we're at 11:15. We haven't talked any Cowboys talk yet. So let's get into the Cowboy side and talk
Let's
about our injury reports.
let's get into it. And this show is brought to you by
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw Beer, brewed here in Johnson City, Tennessee.
I was just about to ask you the local brand.
I'm just showing some love to the local brewery here. Yeehaw.
Yeah, and Jack, he can't handle the bad weather. He played in Cincinnati his whole career. That's definitely true. Half of his home games are probably bad weather. All right, so we'll start with the Giants injury report because it's short. They only have one guy of relevance that's out, and that's Golden Tate. Definitely his last game with the Giants. Probably his last game in the NFL.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton are both playing. So they're not going to really be missing much on the receiver end. I guess the only effect is now Sterling Shepard probably has to play outside. So it's the Giants.
We got an early game. We got a game prediction.
That's about all I can say. Got an early game prediction. Thank you, Cole.
What do you think it's gonna be? I think I will. I'm not gonna get my score to the end, but I don't think it's gonna be as close as that for us.
I don't either. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, which is one of the things that kind of scares me because this almost feels like one of those things where like we're not in control of our own destiny, but this seems like such a Cowboys thing to do for us to come out and blow a team away by 25, 30 points. And then what we need to happen don't happen, right. And then we're like, oh, but we had such a good team at the end of the year.
Oh, I'm out the meaningless game. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man, it makes me sick.
Yeah.
Come on, Philly, get it done.
Yeah. So let's go to the Dallas injury report real quick. So we have quite a few names out as well. We'll start with a few starters. Darian Thompson is officially out. Zach Martin was activated from the injury report, but he did not travel with the team. So he will not be playing today. Leighton Vander Esch is still out. Justin Hamilton is out, who's been our starting defensive tackle the past week or two. And also Rashard Robinson, who's been key backup, he is out. It looks like Xavier Woods going to be active, and it also looks like Steven Parker, who's been kind of playing the backup safety, is going to be active. Donovan Wilson, he was been a limited participant all week, but more than likely he's going to play. So, just Lambo, first question, just knowing how our run game has been and knowing that Justin Hamilton and Antoine Woods are now both gone, how do you feel about our run defense? You think we're going to still kind of hold up, or you think we may see a little bit of what we saw in early part of the season? It's hard to say because
who are we rolling with? Gallimore and Crawford? Gallimore, Crawford, and
Eli Anku. Yeah.
Eli Anku.
That's pretty much all we got.
Whew.
I don't know how I feel about seeing a possible Gallimore at nose and Crawford at 3-tech as my starters.
Yeah. The run game is my biggest concern. As far our run defense is my biggest concern for us this game. Probably if I had to name my biggest concern, it would be our run defense.
Yeah.
What's up, J Tuck? Yeah, let's get this win. Yeah, Jeff, some run blitzes. And what's up, our brothers in the UK? We're doing good. If you just joined, I know Mike Paulin from the UK is always asking me about all the different moonshines and beer stuff. This is another local one, Yeehaw Beer from Johnson City, Tennessee. Yeah, I'm just concerned about the run defense. I am a little. I don't think it's going to be terrible though. I know with all the key pieces we're missing in the middle, you would think so. Yep. But I think they will hold up. I'm not saying it's going to be exactly Purdy, but I think they do hold up. And so with the thing is, I envision us scoring a lot of points this game and taking an early lead and not letting them within 2 touchdowns the rest of the game. So when that's happening, that kind of saves the run defense because Giants ain't going to be able to just keep running the ball when we're beating them by 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So we take a big lead, they ain't going to be running the ball, so we ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah. Shane Wilson, I did look it up yesterday, and it did say that Donovan Wilson was cleared to play today. So I saw that yesterday. I don't know if it's changed today, but as of yesterday, I did see that. Alejandro, we save all our hypeness for the actual game. We try to keep it calm on here.
Oh yeah, I go crazy for the game.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do post game because
Yeah.
I'm still too,
Exactly.
on most cases this season, too mad.
Win or lose, Lambo and I can't do a post game. It's too ridiculous. It would be way too much screaming and jumping, win or lose.
If we make it to the playoffs, I will do a post game show. I'll go ahead and I'll make that claim.
If I do a post game, it'll be like this. I'll just be talking and you'll see your face. I won't be able to do it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it depends. If we win, I can definitely do a post game. If we win, get in the playoffs and win a game,
Yeah.
I could do it. But if we lose, yeah, I just need a week or two before I speak to anybody.
Yeah. I'm the same way. All right, we're at 11:20. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to keep those comments coming. We're in week 17, last regular game of the season. So we got to hope that the Cowboys can pull this out and at least do their part to get towards the playoffs. Everything else is pretty much out of our control. And before we go to over-under, normally on the pregame show, we try to keep it on the field. But there was some big news that hit last night that we have to at least touch on before the game starts. We will definitely elaborate more on it on Thursday, but we got to talk about it now.
Does it have to do with the
3-year deal? Yes.
Oh, I was going to say the 3 Cowboys assistant coaches not making the trip.
Oh, I was going to talk about one of the assistant coaches who just got signed with money.
Oh, yeah. That's the big one.
As of yesterday, it seems like Keller Moore is out of the Boise State sweepstakes. He has signed a 3-year extension, according to multiple sources, with the Dallas Cowboys to stay as the offensive coordinator. So that takes away a lot of questions that I've seen on other fan boards and chat sites about who would you like as the offensive coordinator. That's out the window now. Mm-hmm. Keller Moore is our guy. Lambo, 2 questions because these are the first 2 I thought about. One, this is eerily similar to Jason Garrett when he first joined the team. He went from quarterback coach to OC in 1 year.
It is
a big deal, and then they ran Phillips out of Dallas.
Yeah.
First of all, do you feel like this is a foreshadowing of things to come? And I'll let you answer that one first. See what you think about it.
I do think that he likes Keller Moore a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is eerily similar, and I do kind of see that being a future equation here. Kind of. I guess it depends on what. I think we need to see Mike McCarthy with a whole year of Dak.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be in the next year or 2 if it happens, but I do think that that's something we could see in the future. Keller Moore gets a lot of hate, but I'm not really on the. What would you say? I don't know. I'm actually a Keller Moore fan.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at our offense and where it ranked under Keller Moore since he's been offensive coordinator, I can't really pin everything on him.
Right.
We've had horrible defensive play.
No linemen this year.
Questionable coaching from our head coaches in, very, very key scenarios of games. I don't know. I feel good about Kellen Moore. I would actually be more concerned if we weren't going to have him as our offense coordinator next year because our offense has showed with him as offense coordinator that they're explosive. Mm-hmm. And I think it was Ed Warder said, this season with offensive coordinator Kellen Moore calling the plays, the Cowboys have franchise record 4 500-yard games despite all these offensive line injuries, and with Dak Prescott only playing five games. So I really don't. I guess I'm not on the wagon of the Kellen Moore hate too much. I know there's a lot of fans that are. I'm happy about him sticking around. And
I put Mendoza's comment up here because I wanted to make a point about this. Here's the difference between Kellen Moore and Jason Garrett. If you guys, I know we have some of the best fans on the internet, so you guys are just as knowledgeable as anybody else. If you go back and look at Jason Garrett's history, when he was the quarterback coach at Miami, the head coach was a defensive guy. The next year, Jason Garrett became the OC. Jason Garrett didn't train under anybody. Like, he went from player to quarterback coach to OC. The guys that he learned under were gone in Miami. He learned most of his stuff from Dallas. He comes to Dallas as the OC. The head coach was Wade Phillips, a defensive guy. So again, he had nobody to learn offense under. If you look at Keller Moore's history, his whole career, he's been under Scott Linehan, an offensive guy, as a player and a coach. He comes to Dallas. As much as we don't like Jason Garrett, he was an offensive head coach. So Keller Moore got to learn from an OC and an offensive-minded head coach. He becomes the OC. His head coach is Jason Garrett, still an offensive guy. The next year, he's still the OC. His head coach is an offensive guy. So Keller Moore has been exposed to multiple offenses and multiple offensive minds. When Jason Garrett was here, him and Wade Phillips were completely separate. It was like, you run the offense, I'll run the defense. Garrett had nobody to bounce ideas off of, nobody to kind of mentor him on how to call a game plan or how to be a coach. That's something Keller Moore has that Jason Garrett doesn't. So for me, and thank you for pointing those one out too, Mendoza, under Peterson as well. So to me, when you look at Keller Moore, if 3 years from now he does become the head coach, he's learned under some of the best offensive guys for the past 10 years. He's not just getting thrown into the fire saying, here, you don't have anybody to go to a support system. You got to learn it on the fly. That's why Jason Garrett got his offensive play calling duties taken away from him. And that's why he never got him back, because he never learned how to be a coach. He learned on the fly. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, it's great points. Like Mendoza said, solid points.
So Lambo, that leads me to my second question. I almost forgot it. What does this say about Dak that we've signed Keller Moore for 3 more years? What does that say about his possible contract? Do you think that makes it more likely that we're going to work something out with Dak?
I feel like that could really go both ways. So I'm trying to think about it. Like, they could think, well, over these, Andy's 5-2 over this stretch. Can he do this with many quarterbacks? Is he just that much of a genius? But you look back at Dak, he was on pace to, smash NFL records.
1,000 yards.
So I feel like that's a piece to the puzzle, maybe with negotiations too, even. Like, if you're Dak and you're putting up that kind of numbers with this offensive coordinator, that seems like the place for you.
Yeah.
That's a good reason to come back and make sure you do come back. Maybe I don't think he'll really take too much less, but I really just think look real good to re-signing Dak. They got good chemistry. Dak's been explosive with him as offensive coordinator. I think overall it bodes well for Dak's contract negotiations.
So let me ask you this question. This is probably more Thursday night talk, but let me just put out there real quick. If Moore didn't sign back with Dallas, what did you think that would say about Dak's chances of returning?
To be completely honest, I feel like that would I feel like he still loves the team. He loves his teammates. He's built a bond with the guys. So he's still got love for the Cowboys. I do think he would give them the same fair chance at getting a deal done. But I do think it will lessen that possibility more so than it is right now. I think that had Keller Moore not returned, I do think that would have been in the back of Dak's mind, and it would have made him maybe start considering options, or at least listening to or thinking about what else is out there and kind of looking around. And I think this greatly increases our chances of getting a deal done. Honestly, I do think he would have done a little bit of exactly. I think it would have lessened it. So
All right, well, that's enough of that. Let's get back to on the field because we're at 11:30 and we still got quite a few things to go through. All right, so Lambo, real quick question before we leave the injury report. So it looks like Woods and Wilson are both going to be playing. Wilson's been playing free safety the past couple of weeks and looks really good. Do you think they let Wilson stay at free or they put him back at strong? And let Woods play strong this week.
I think they'll put him back at strong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would like to see him keep him at free, but I think they'll put him back at strong.
Yeah. So guys, pay attention to this because it's something I've been talking about for a month. We've been kind of playing that cover 2, and Wilson's been kind of the deep safety. Our corners have looked a lot more comfortable with turning their heads and finding the ball. Let's see if they have that same level of confidence with Woods back there at free. So
that is something definitely to look for. So could play free safety. Yeah. It's hard, in my opinion. It's harder to find a really good free safety than it is a strong safety.
There he is.
So, if Wilson's playing great there with the limited time he's been on the field, it really makes sense to leave the guy at free and find our strong safety of the future next year.
That's a good point.
But will they do that?
Yeah, Woods is probably gone. So yeah, if you think Wilson's your free, let's keep him there one more game at least.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're going to go to our next segment, which is over under, where I give you some stats and you let me know whether or not the teams will go over or under those stats.
Over under.
All right. So now we go to over under, and we'll start off with the New York Giants. I only have a couple that were kind of interesting and stood out to me. So first of all, we know Golden Tate's out. The last time we played them, Darius Slayton had a pretty good game. I think he had like 112 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So over under one of their wide receivers getting over 80 yards, Slayton or Shepard. And guys, let me know what you think in the comments as well.
I feel like it's going to be under, honestly.
Yeah. Jeff, I'll talk about this one on Thursday night because Donovan Wilson made me change the way I scout college players. So I'm going to tell that story on Thursday night. I'm sorry, Lump, you said under?
Yeah, I'm going to say under.
Okay. I mean, I agree with you as well.
Our secondary was pretty banged up, too, when the first time we played them.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a better position back there. They've had more time to gel. I think, although playing slightly injured, Wilson improves that a lot as well.
Yeah.
The pass rush has gotten much better with Randy. I think it'll be under.
Okay. We got a lot of overs, it looks like. Overs a push. And I'm kind of with Jeff. It depends on where they play Shepard. If they play Shepard more in the slot, I could kind of see him having a pretty good game.
Yeah.
If they're forced to play him as the outside guy and the guy who's replacing him in the slot isn't that good, yeah. So I'm kind of with you guys, but only on Shepard. I think Slayton's going to be taken care of this week. And that's a good point too, Jack Meeker.
Yeah, definitely.
One we're going to talk about in a minute. So next, Lambo, they got Evan Ingram, the undeserved Pro Bowler, as I like to call him, and still 6'5", still 4.4 speed. We've had troubles with tight ends in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So over under Evan Ingram 65 yards receiving.
I think over for Ingram.
Okay.
I actually feel like there's a chance he could be their leading receiver this game.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes, but I could see Ingram having somewhere in that 70 to 80 range, 80-something range.
Yeah, and I'm over as well, and Mendoza beat me to my point. Tackling will be crucial if the game has inclement weather, and my concerns would be Ingram catching a ball and nobody being able to get him on the ground just because the weather may just prohibit being able to get their hands on him. And Cole, honestly, I thought the touchdown was a given. Just me. But yeah, I was kind of over. Yeah, Terry, we talked
Yeah.
about it. Appreciate you joining us.
They're like, you want to knock us out of playoff contention? Okay, here you go.
We talked about it, but the fact that they still have Jalen Hurts and pretty much the whole receiving core playing lets me know, and Zach Ertz is playing. So that lets me know they haven't just thrown in the towel.
This is completely irrelevant,
Go ahead.
but it popped up on my Twitter feed. Why is Lil Wayne a Packers fan when he, like, you figure he'd be a Saints fan? He lived
You never
right.
heard the story?
I feel like I have before, but I don't remember it.
When Brett Favre won his Super Bowl against the Patriots, it was in New Orleans.
Oh,
He said his family lived right by the dome.
yeah.
So after the game, they just got a bunch of Green Bay Packer swag. Like their house, they drunk out of Packers cups and plates and towels. So he just became a Packers fan because his whole life he just saw Packers crap in his house.
That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, he could have been a Patriots fan before it became fashionable if they won their Super Bowl. But yeah,
Yeah.
he became a Packers fan.
Better than being a Patriots fan, I suppose.
Yeah. Or Eagles fan.
Yeah, anything's better than that.
So yeah, it looks like everybody's kind of agreeing with us. Everybody thinks they're gonna go over with Evan Ingram on 60 yards or 65 yards. All right, so the next one, we just talked about our defensive tackle and the nose tackle position being kind of limited or very limited. Wayne Gallman is a pretty good running back, and to be honest, he's looked better than I just went
Freeman,
No, the real starter that got hurt.
Barkley.
Yeah, he looks better than Barkley at spots.
I said last year that when they actually, before they drafted Barkley, I said I thought Gallman could be a great running back for them. And I was, because I can't remember. I think I believe he was a rookie the year before they drafted Barkley or something like that. But
Yeah.
I remember he had some really solid games on limited touches and
Yep.
had a great average. And I was thinking, this guy's going to be pretty good. He never really got the chance.
Yep.
But every time he's been on the field, he's looked pretty good. Even when they brought Freeman in, I was confused. Like, just let Gallman start. Like,
Yeah. He's a one-cut north and south runner, which
Yeah.
is what, to me, any offense needs. But Barkley has the home run potential, but I still think Gallman has looked better in that system. All right, so considering how our defensive tackle position looks and knowing that Gallman's going to be the starter, over under 70 yards rushing for Wayne Gallman.
let me think on this.
And my guy
Alfred
Terry,
Morris.
he's usually on this though. I can't call him out on it because stuff like this, he's usually always on top of it.
I've been sleeping. Alfred Morris is back in the league.
He's had a couple of good games with the Giants.
How I missed this?
Yeah, he's had one or two good games with the Giants this year.
Wow. How many carries has Gallman had these past few weeks? 6 last week, 9 the week before, 12 the week before. They need to feed him the ball more, but hopefully they don't do that this game. When he's had over 15 carries a game, he's had very solid games. I'm going to say...
It's kind of a mixed bag in the comments.
Yeah, this is... Man, this is a 50-50 right here. I'm going to say...
You going push?
What was it, 70 is over under or 75?
I said 70.
I'm going to say just under. Barely.
Okay.
Barely.
I'm leaning over just because I don't know what the defensive tackle position is going to look like. If I see Crawford starting at the 3 tech, I have serious concerns. But one thing I will say, Will Hernandez has not been the starter for the past 7 weeks. And the guy that's starting over him is the worst rated guard in the NFL, which I still don't know why he started over Hernandez as a 5th round rookie and being ranked that bad. But hey, he's the starter.
You know, the reason I say under is kind of the reason that I say the Cowboys are gonna win big. Yeah. I just think the run will kind of get abandoned.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And man,
Jeff, you're picking a blowout.
It is. I'm thinking a big win. I really am. But it is. This is nowhere near Steel Reserve, man. Steel Reserve is like you gotta get change together and you buy a Steel Reserve because that's all you got money for, and it's horrible. Gives you headaches after. No, this is like high quality stuff. It's like a little over like $10 for a 6-pack. They got a big old real nice brewery and stuff. This is good quality stuff right here.
Jeff, I'm about to look up the active inactive. I don't see D-Law playing a lot of 3-tech. I'm actually about to look it up to see if maybe it didn't come up. Not popping up yet. Our undrafted rookie free agent, I was gonna see if he was active today.
Well, and Alden Smith plays some 3-tech.
Yeah, I can see Alden Smith maybe playing some 3-tech, or I'm going blank on names today. What's the highly touted undrafted free agent that we signed? He went to the Colts, and then we signed him back. I don't know why I'm going blank on names today. I know somebody in the comments help me out.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
But
man, someone's gonna say it, and I'm gonna be like, "How did I not think of that?" It's completely slipped my mind.
It's not Ladarius Hamilton. That's what kind of I was thinking about, but it's not him.
Rondell
Carter. Yeah. Thank you, Mendoza.
At the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
If Rondell Carter's active, I can maybe see him getting his first snaps playing some inside 3-tech.
Yeah.
And then we also have Anku, who's been playing a little 3-tech, but I think he may be the starting D tackle. That would probably be my best guess. And Cole put a comment about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is dealing with the ankle injury and a hamstring injury. He's only run the ball one time in the past 2 weeks.
That's another reason I think we're gonna have a big win, because he's a guy that could actually, beat you on the ground a little bit. People don't look at him as that kind of quarterback, but he can convert those 3rd and 10s, taking off, stuff like that. Keeping him in the pocket, I don't think he's that good of a quarterback, honestly. But when he's throwing the ball, it's gonna be bad weather. I don't know. I think that really bodes well for us as well. Gonna be a big win. Big win.
So last over under, the Giants secondary is the most healthy it's ever been all season. I think all of their players are back, including Xavier Woods, Julian Love, Darnay Holmes, which is their slot guy.
McKinney, you mean?
Xavier McKinney. What did I say?
I think you said Xavier Woods.
Sorry.
Wrong Xavier McKinney. I know what you mean.
Love. They still got their safeties. They got their corners. So our receivers are going to have their hands full a little bit. But let's say over under 1.5 turnovers created by their defense. I'm already assuming they're going to get 1 turnover because we have a turnover a game. Do you think they create 2 turnovers this game?
I think it'll be under, 1 turnover.
Okay.
And this is completely off topic, but I think about it every time the name Xavier Woods comes up. My kids love WWE, and if you know there's a Xavier Woods, he's part of the New Day. My kids swear that the wrestler Xavier Woods is our starting safety. It's funny. It cracks me up. Every time they see him on the field, they think it's the same WWE Xavier Woods out there.
I hate that because every time I Google Xavier Woods, the
WWE
always comes up. I have to type in Xavier Woods Dallas Cowboys football before I get information about our thing. Okay, I see we got a bunch of people saying under. So, for the people saying under, do you think we're not going to have any turnovers, or you think we're just going to have less than 2?
I think we're going to have 1 interception.
Just the way that secondary looks, I agree. Like I told you guys in the offseason, I really love their secondary. And when they added Logan Ryan, that was pretty much just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Their backups could probably be our starters, and we probably be better, like honestly. That's how much respect I have for Julian Love and Xavier McKinney. And Julius Peppers, if you consider him a backup.
Jabril.
I'm doing horrible with names this morning.
I instantly imagine big old Julius Peppers back there playing safety.
I almost just hit end broadcast. Like, come on, I can't keep messing names up like this today. All right, so that's it for over under with the Giants. And I see Mendoza kind of going to the first over under for our team. So we've been doing pretty good with turnovers the past couple of weeks. So over under 2 turnovers forced for Dallas defense. Remember, like you said, Daniel Jones isn't running. He fumbles often.
And he's going to have to drop back and pass a lot.
Exactly.
Because I think we're going to be taking a big lead. So I'm going to say over.
Okay.
3 turnovers for our defense today.
All right. My bold prediction is actually tied to turnovers, so I'll say over as well. And the next one, I just talked about this. Their left guard is ranked as the worst guard in football. Andrew Thomas hasn't had a good season. Cam Fleming's still starting right tackle. So over under, I said I make the number high. Over under 4 sacks for our defense. Lambo, I see you got it muted, so I'll go first. I'm actually gonna say over. I really like our chances this week. Even though we're missing our D tackle, I think the Gallimore-Crawford combination inside may actually be a blessing when it comes to the pass rush going against this terrible left guard. So I'm going to say over. D-Law's going to get a sack and a half. Randy Gregory's probably going to get a sack and a half. And then I think we'll get
Gallimore's going to get him one.
We're going to get 1 or 2 inside between Crawford, Gallimore, and Alden Smith. All right, Lambo, where you fall on that?
I'm going over with 5.
Okay.
Over with 5. And the turnovers kind of tie into my bold prediction as well once we get to it.
Yeah. So we got a race to do our bold predictions now, it sounds like. Or we have to outdo each other.
No, you can go first. Mine's probably different.
When Jerry said this about Randy, that lets me know, we're going to see him get unleashed this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of overs. And I'm looking forward to seeing Gregory against Andrew Thomas because he's been struggling against the pass. So, we got a lot of overs this week. All right. So, we said over on turnovers, over on sacks. So, now let's go to the offensive side. And we have to go to the one that we've been kind of staying away from the past couple of weeks, but we got to go back to it. Does Zeke go over 100 yards rushing this week, guys? Over under Zeke 100 yards rushing.
How many yards away is he from 1,000, or did he hit it? I feel like he's at 907 is what's for some reason in my head, but that might be wrong. It's 9 something, I believe.
He has 937 yards rushing as of right now.
Okay.
So he would need 63 yards to get 1,000.
I sound like I'm in Minnesota. Guys, I think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna go over 100 rushing.
Okay.
Today, I think he's gonna end pretty high.
I agree.
A little over 100 yards.
I think
that was the over under 100.
The over under was 100.
Okay, yeah, over.
I was gonna say 63, but I thought that sounded too low.
I think he's gonna pick up where he left off last week.
Yeah.
Last week actually was his highest average per carry of the entire year.
It was.
I think that game off gave him some fresh legs.
First time over 5.
Yeah, first time over 5.5 per carry last week. So, and he was actually targeted 4 times in the past game too, which he caught all 4 of those for 34 yards. So,
and we've been talking about inclement weather that plays into the running game.
Exactly. Yeah. You wouldn't probably think of us having a real high scoring game in inclement weather.
Yeah.
But that kind of ties into the turnovers. I think it's going to be forced and putting us in good field position. But man, I can't wait. Oh my gosh, guys. 12 minutes away. We are 12 minutes away. And man, I can't wait. I love 1 o'clock games. Well, for me, it's 1 o'clock. I'm on the East Coast. It's noon for y'all probably. But
So yeah,
that too, Jeff.
yep, you're right.
I think he really did. I know some don't think so, but hey, when your backup is out there making, I don't even know how much less. I know it's a lot less. And he goes out there and goes for over $120 all total yards, leads the team in receptions with 2 touchdowns. Yeah, you're going to come back hungry.
Yep.
And I hope you're right about that, Terry, because CeeDee Lamb goes over 1,000 yards, I believe, with the 108 today. And 111 would give him the all-time Cowboys rookie record for receiving yards, passing Bullet Bob Hayes.
That was actually the next over-under, as I put on the screen. Actually, 111 will tie the record.
Or tie, yeah.
112 will beat the record.
Yep.
So
112 over-under?
that's the over-under. Normally, let me say this. Normally, when teams have a record in sight, they'll kind of let the guy get a chance to go for it. And this record has stood for, 55 years?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Our offense is pretty potent, so it's not like we can't get the ball to him enough to get to that. So over under 112 for CeeDee Lamb.
Over. Let's get it. Look.
Yeah.
His targets, the last time he played the Giants, he had 11 targets, which was his most targets in a game all season. Last time he played the Giants, he caught 8 balls, which was his most catches in a game all season.
What's that?
Last time he played the Giants, he had 124 yards receiving, which was his most receiving yards in the entire season.
Wow.
Now their secondary is a little more fixed up. But that was all his best numbers of the entire year. So I'm just hoping that we can build off that last game with him.
Now let me say this though, Lambo.
The weather?
Dak was the quarterback for most of that game.
Right. That's true.
So do you think Dalton can do good enough to help him repeat that performance?
I do, mainly because I feel like Lamb's going to have some good run after catch this game.
Uh-huh.
And Dalton has really came on the past few weeks. I think he is, I just seen it on TV earlier, or over the last 6 weeks. He was somewhere up there in 117 passer rating with good company. Yeah. He's really started to build. We'll see. But earlier in the year, probably I would have said no. But I feel like Andy's starting to get real comfortable with this team now, finally. And I think he can. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually with you, Lambo. I didn't know those stats about the last game. I'm leaning over as well, and kind of playing off what Antoine Merritt says. I think a inclement weather game will actually play in his benefit.
Yeah, his run after the catch skills. Exactly. He's slippery. Exactly.
And also, the offensive guys know where they're going. The defensive guys have to be reactive. So when the defensive guys have to react, that 1 second of them slipping or trying to be careful so they don't fall, that opens stuff up for slot guys.
He's got tremendous feet as well. Man, so yeah.
So that one could work into the slot guy's favor. Now for a guy like Gallup, who relies on getting downfield and jumping, a snow game might be bad for him. But for offensive guys who run routes well, that works in their favor against cornerbacks. All right, so I got one more over under, and we've already kind of put Lamb over 100. Over under a second receiver getting 80 yards.
Under.
I
do think if it's anybody, it'll be Cooper, because of the same reason as Lamb, his feet, his route running.
Yeah.
He's so good at just throwing defenders off when it's great weather. So if he knows where he's going and they don't, and it gets a little slippery out there, it would be Cooper. But for some reason, actually, this is a tough one. I'm going to change it to over.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna go over 100, but I do think he can get over 80.
Okay.
I'm gonna say over, and it'll be Cooper though, in my opinion.
All right.
Not Gallup. I think Gallup is looking
Still
at
no,
about 47.
still no faith in Bradbury, huh? Still no faith in Bradbury.
And Bradbury, yeah, he's been having a great year, but we'll see.
All right. That's pretty much all I got for over under. We're at 11:54. I don't want to miss a second of this game.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah,
We get game predictions already, and I was gonna play Cowboy Dale game prediction, but time is really close. So make sure you check Cowboys Y'all page and Cowboys Own page and Bluff City Cowboys page. If you missed the Cowboy Dale prediction from Wednesday, we'll replay it on our pages.
yeah.
So before we go, Lambo, game prediction, you were at 34-17. You sticking with that one?
41-17.
Taking it up a touchdown. Okay.
Yeah, I feel really good about this game, but I also feel like there's heartbreak to come later in the night.
Okay.
Hopefully that's not the case. That's just like my gut feeling on what's gonna happen. We're gonna absolutely destroy them.
Yeah.
But then I'm not so sure about how the Philly Washington thing's gonna go.
My score was 43-24. I'm sticking with that one. If anybody was here on Wednesday, if you want to change your score, put it in the comments. If not, if you didn't put a score and you want to give us one, put it in the comments. All right, so now we'll go to our last segment. We're at 5 minutes away from noon Central Time. So we'll go to our last segment where we definitely want your support, and that would be bold predictions.
Bold predictions.
All right, guys, this may be our last bold predictions of the season. So everybody who's watching right now, make sure you get in those comments and let us know what your bold predictions are for this week's game. All right, Lambo, since we both have something turnover related, I'll let you go first.
My bold prediction is going to be that Sean Lee
Okay.
gets an interception and a fumble recovery. So 2 turnovers accredited to Sean Lee.
Okay.
And it could be his last.
My bold prediction was actually 4 turnovers.
Yeah, 4 total.
4 turnovers, yeah. I think we get 2 picks, 2 fumbles. Actually, I had 5. I feel like it's gonna be three fumbles. I feel like the quarterback's gonna give us 2. Somebody else is gonna fumble, probably on special teams, and then we get 2 interceptions.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
comments. Let's get those bold predictions in. Maybe the last one of the season.
Let's see.
All right, I'm writing them down now.
I'll start pulling these up on the screen too for everybody to see. My kids are loud in the background. 42-24. Terry's thinking we're going to have a big win like me. So is Rosie with the whole 44-21. Cowboys score on special teams today.
Yep.
That would be cool.
See that?
On Bradbury. Zeke 150. 4 sacks, 2 fumbles recovered. Randy Gregory 3 strip sacks. That's big. That would be big.
He had 2 last week, right?
I believe so. I still got Randy Gregory's college Nebraska highlights stuck in my head because when we drafted him, I was so pumped, man. I'm just so happy to finally get to watch him on the field. Because the past few years have been killing me because I've been so excited ever since we drafted him to see him on the field.
Yeah, I'm the same way. All right, I think that's pretty much all we got for bold predictions. It's 11:58 Central Time. The game starts in 2 minutes. So, guys, thank you for continuing to support us. Happy New Year to everyone who's joining us. And because there are no more Thursday night games, Lambo and I are officially going to move to 7:30 Central Standard Time on Thursdays. So, guys, make sure you continue to follow us, continue to support. But we're moving to Thursdays at 7:30. Depending on what happens today, we'll decide where we start off our off-season shows. We got some guys lined up as guests. We got some Cowboys talk, and we got some viewer participation stuff lined up as well.
Yeah, and a lot of fun draft stuff. So when it gets close to draft time, definitely make sure to come back.
Yeah, we'll probably really hit draft stuff. I would say February.
Yeah.
After the combine or after the Senior Bowl if it happens. All right, Lambo, we're at 11:59, so let's hit them with their social media and where they can find you.
Guys, you can hit me up on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Patreon at Cowboys Y'all. And you can find me on Instagram at Cowboys Y'all 88. And like I always say, most of all, please, if anything, make sure to hit up the YouTube, subscribe, and hit the bell. It helps greatly. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always.
All right, guys, you can find me on Facebook and YouTube at Bluff City Cowboys. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you hit that notification bell. You can find me on Instagram at Bluff City Cowboys, and you can find me on Twitter at Bluff Cowboys. Again, just a reminder, be sure to spread the word that we are moving to Thursdays at 7:30 Central Standard Time starting this week. So make sure you guys come back and continue to follow and continue to support. So now it's 12 o'clock. Let's go get in front of our TVs, grab our favorite beverage, and watch the Cowboys take care of business against the New York Giants. Lambo, any last words?
Nope. Hey, we'll see y'all later. Let's go get this dub.
All right, guys, that's it for the Cowboy Zone. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you this Thursday.